Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, verse 25. Vipada Santu Thasashvat.
Vipadashantu Tashashvat
Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru.
Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru
Bhavato Darshanam Yatsyad.
Bhavato Darshanam Yatsyat
Apunar Bhava Darshanam.
Apunar Bhava Darshanam
Vipada Santu Thasashvat.
Vipadashantu Tashashvat
Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru.
Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru
Bhavato Darshanam Yatsyat.
Bhavato Darshanam Yatsyat
Apunar Bhava Darshanam.
Apunar Bhava Darshanam Vipadashantu Tashashvat
Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru
Tatra
Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru
Bhavato Darshanam Yatsyat
Bhavato Darshanam Yatsyat
Apunar Bhava Darshanam
Apunar Bhava Darshanam.
Translation purport by Sri Venkateswara Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vipada, calamities.
Vipada, calamities.
Santu, let there be.
Santu, let there be.
Tha, all.
All.
Shashvat, again and again.
Shashvat, again and again.
Tatra, there.
Tatra, there.
Tatra, and there.
Tatra, and there.
Jagat Guru, oh Lord of the universe.
Jagat Guru, O Lord of the universe.
Bhavata, your.
Bhavata, your.
Darshanam, meeting.
Darshanam, meeting.
Yat, that which.
Yat, that which.
Syat, is.
Yat, is.
Apuna, not again.
Apuna, not again.
Bhavadarshanam, seeing repetition of birth and death.
Bhava Darshanam, seeing repetition of birth and death.
Translation, please repeat after me. I wish that.
I wish that
All those calamities would happen again and again.
all those calamities would happen again and again,
So that we could see you again and again.
so that we could see you again and again.
For seeing you means
For seeing you means
that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths.
that we will no longer see repeated birth and deaths. Purport. Generally, the distressed, the needy, the intelligent, and the inquisitive, who have performed some pious activities, worship or begin to worship the Lord. Others who are thriving on misdeeds only regardless of status cannot approach the supreme due to being misled by the illusory energy. Therefore, for a pious person, if there is some calamity, there is no other alternative than to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Constantly remembering the lotus feet of the Lord means preparing for liberation from birth and death. Therefore, even though there are so-called calamities, they are welcome because they give us an opportunity to remember the Lord, which means liberation. One who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are accepted as the most suitable boat for crossing the ocean of nescience, can achieve liberation as easily as one leaps over the holes made by the hoofs of a calf. Such persons are meant to reside in the abode of the Lord, and they have nothing to do with a place where there is danger in every step. This material world is certified by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita as a dangerous place full of calamities. Less intelligent persons prepare plans to adjust to those calamities without knowing that the nature of this place is itself full of calamities. They have no information of the abode of the Lord, which is full of bliss and without trace of calamity. The duty of the sane person, therefore, is to be undisturbed by worldly calamities, which are sure to happen in all circumstances. Suffering all sorts of unavoidable misfortunes, one should make progress in spiritual realization because that is the mission of human life. The spirit soul is transcendental to all material calamities. Therefore, the so-called calamities are called false. A man may see a tiger swallowing him in a dream, and he may cry for this calamity. Actually, there is no tiger and there is no suffering. It is simply a case of dreams. In the same way, all calamities of life are said to be dreams. If someone is lucky enough to get in contact with the Lord by devotional service, it is all gain. Contact with the Lord by any one of the 9 devotional services is always a forward step on the path going back to Godhead.
हरि ओम तत्सत् ज्ञानते ब्रह्मस्य ज्ञानज्ञान शलाकया चक्षुरुन् मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलं ते गिरिमत्कृपातमहं श्री गुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्यमीश्वरं नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामिने ते नामिने नमो आचार्य पदाय निताय कृप प्रदायिने गौरकथा धामधाय नागर ग्राम धारिणे विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादि सतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरिहराय नम कृष्ण यादवाय नम हरि गोविंद very beautiful and very wonderful sloka. How people generally, they want to get rid of misery, they want to get rid of suffering. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Chaturvida Badante Mam. So, Sukritino Arjuna. It's a very important word. There are 4 types of men. Those who are in misery, those who want to get rid of the suffering, those who want some money, inquisitive. So these are all the ones who approach Krishna. And the what they are performing, that is not devotional service, and they are not considered devotees also, because he said Sukritino Arjuna only. He didn't say that devotee. Sukritino Arjuna. They are only pious people. They are not devotees, and what they perform is not devotional service. And they want to get rid of the misery. And here is a devotee. You can look at the difference between a devotee and the piety. The devotee is telling, whenever there is calamity, then we are able to see. So let the calamity come. But a piety person who is approaching also Krishna, he says, please get rid of the calamity. So this is two extreme of the uh, terminus, the approach, a pious person and a devotee. So much difference we can very clearly understand. So, and if you see, Srila Prabhupada is writing in the purport, the same, Namam Doshka, sorry, Chaturvida Bhajantema. Generally, the distressed, the needy, the intelligent, and the inquisitive who have performed some pious activities worship or begin to worship the Lord. Others who are thriving on misdeeds only, regardless of status, cannot approach the Supreme due to being misled by the illusory energy. So, that is Maya Apalutayana people. So, these particular piety people, though they approach Krishna, what they perform is not devotion service. They are requesting that please get rid of my misery. But a devotee like Kunti, when he's approaching, she says, seeing misery means seeing you here. So because you are there to protect us, we are able to see you. And every calamity you were there. She was remembering while doing the Sravanaman Kirtanam, Smaranam was going on. Yesterday we saw that she was also remembering one after another each calamity where Krishna came and how he saved them. So she tells, let the calamity come again and again, repeatedly, so that we can see you repeatedly again and again. This is consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So, this is Krishna consciousness. So one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Because lotus feet of the Lord is described as the most suitable boat for crossing the material ocean. The ocean of missiles. Very easily one can achieve liberation. Means seeing the lotus feet of the Lord means seeing no more birth and death, and seeing no more birth and death means liberation. That is mentioned. And Prabhupada is telling that the whole material existence, it's very difficult to cross because you will be getting into one body into another body. None of the body helps you as a boat. But human body helps you to approach a boat, which is the lotus feet of Krishna. Otherwise, in 14 planetary system, 84 lakh species of body, you keep on changing one to another, keep on shifting the house from one house to another, to another, to another. Sometimes you live in the water, sometimes you live in the air, sometimes you live in the stool, sometimes you live in the upper planetary system, sometimes you live in the lower planetary system in different bodies. And by the mercy of Krishna, we have got this human body. And this body is not meant to again transfer yourself into another one of the bodies. No, that we have already done. Enough is enough. Now the time has come to perform devotion service, to remember the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to take association of the devotees like Kunti Devi and the pure devotees like Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, their teachings, understand, follow what they are telling, so that you will not be needing to shift from this body to again another body and another 8,400,000 species. You don't need to roam around here. And in every body, what we have experienced is only suffering and misery. In no body, people have enjoyed. But everybody has a tendency to enjoy uninterrupted eternally. But that tendency, why the tendency is that? Because they are naturally eternal and they are naturally happy persons. But because they had given up their naturality and unnaturally they have taken up miseries and suffering and dead matter as their self and surrendering. So they are experiencing this particular suffering and misery, which is not required for them to experience. They have to take to their original constitutional position of performing devotion service unto the Lord. Remember Krishna. Fix your mind in the, Krishna Padara Vindayo, like Ambarish Maharaj, like Kunti Maharani. Always think of Krishna. Remember Krishna. Speak about Krishna, whether you are in front of him or you are somewhere else. You speak of Krishna. Glorify him. Chant the holy name of the Lord. Eat prasad, worship Krishna. That's all. As long as you start doing it, then you are relieved from shifting from one body to another body. Otherwise, the most dangerous thing in every body in 8,400,000 species of life is that birth, death, old age, and disease. That is the greatest danger. And we have to come out of that, which is called a liberation. So, Bhagavad Gita in which it is already specified that Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. Dukkalayam Ashashvatam means it is temporary and it's full of miseries, full of danger. Padam padam yad vipadam. So full of danger. And foolish person only will try to adjust himself amongst the misery. How can a worm in the stool adjust itself? How can a person can adjust himself within the bathroom? When he goes to the latrine, he has to finish his job and come out quickly. Not that he's trying to settle that, right? So this is an example given by Prabhupada. And in this material world is like the latrine. You came here somehow or the other we came. Let us finish the job and go back to our house, which is abode of Krishna, which is Golok Vrindavan. Not that we are trying to settle in the latrine. Because here only miseries and sufferings are there. Disease and old age is there. Birth and death is there. Nothing else is there. So why you want to search from here what is not there? It is like husking the paddy field, which is already husked and the grains are taken out. And how much ever big size it may be, how much ever quantity you may husk, no grain will come. So this material world is Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. How much ever you try to extract happiness, there is no happiness. The happiness is already extracted, it's available in the spiritual world. So the purpose of human life is to take to devotional service, to taste the real mellow of those particular devotional service in relationship with Krishna, under the bona fide spiritual master's guidance. But people have no information about the abode of the Lord. That is full of bliss, that is without any calamity, that is without any tinge of material thing, that is without any birth, death, or old age. So, what is our duty then? Our duty is to be undisturbed by the worldly calamities, because this is not related to us. Why should we be bothered about the calamity? Let the calamity come. She's calling calamity again, is inviting calamity. Kunti is inviting calamities because she sees Krishna. And seeing calamity, Krishna is coming to save his devotees every time. So she wants calamities. As long as she is here in the material world, she wants calamities only, because only during calamities she can see Krishna. So she wants calamities. So Krishna also has created this world as a calamity world, full of Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. And Kunti also wanted the same thing. So we are in the same world, Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. That means we can see Krishna as long as we are becoming Krishna conscious. So this is a very good opportunity to become Krishna conscious in this material world. You will not find such opportunities any other world. So here only you can become Krishna conscious. So take the opportunity of this particular Dukkalayam Ashashvatam and then see Krishna. Become Krishna consciousness. That is the mission of human life. That is the mission of human life. Otherwise, the spirit soul naturally is nothing mattering. It is spirit already, antimatter. And so-called calamities are false for the spirit soul. It is something like in a dream you are seeing your tiger is swallowing, but when you get up, you saw you are okay. It is like that. This material world we are experiencing is not true. It is temporary. It is temporary only not to us. It is temporary to the body only. We are not temporary. How can something temporary to us? We are not temporary. We are eternal. Ajo, Nitya, Satvado, Yam, Purano. We are oldest. Ajo, Aja, we are unborn. Nitya, we are eternal. Shashvata, we are permanent, not Ashashvata. Dukkalayam Ashashvata means material. We are not Ashashvata. We are Shashvata. It is said in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says about the material world, Dukkalayam Ashashvata. Bhagavad Gita tells about us. Ajo, Nitya, Shashvata. Yam, Purano. So when the Ashashvata is getting destroyed, the Shashvata is not getting destroyed. When the world is the body is destroyed, the soul is not getting destroyed. I am not destroyed when my body is destroyed. So I am not this body. Why I want to just come and have an experience of suffering, the world of suffering? Somehow I wanted to experience the suffering because in eternal world there is no suffering. I wanted to suffer, so I came here. I suffered enough. Now let me get back. Okay, so this is only a dream in my eternal life. The dream is my material experience. So all calamities of life are dreams only. If we are lucky enough to get contact with the association with some devotee, pure devotee, and we learn devotional service and we start performing devotional service, then we are successful. That should be the attempt, goal, mission of the human birth. Okay, not like any other birth. That again same birth, death, old age, disease, eating, sleeping, mating differently. No, we want to get the original, beyond calamity, eternal, blissful, and knowledge and existence in relation with Krishna. We want to enter into his pastime, not just simply hearing pastime. We want to enter into the pastime. To enter into the pastime, one need to be expert at performing devotional service. Because entering pastime means you are doing some activity in relationship with God. And that is called devotional service. Unless otherwise we learn devotional service, there is a question of entering into the pastime, only witnessing and hearing. So what we need to do, we need to learn devotional service from the expert personalities, the pure devotees, the acharyas, who are performing devotional service and teach us the devotional service and engage us in the devotional service. This is important. Let's go to the next verse. Let's go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, don't separate. Yeah, you want to tell anything? Srimad Bhagavatam, don't separate. Verse 26. Janmaishwarya Sruta Sribir.
Janmaishwarya Sruta Sribhir
Yedamana Madappuman.
Edamana Madapuman
Naivarhati Abhidatum Vai.
Naivarhati Abhidhatum Avai
Svam Akinchana Gocharam.
Kam Akinchana Gocharam
Janmaishwarya Sruta Sribir.
Janmaishwarya Sruta Sribhir
Yedamana Madappuman.
Edamana Madapuman
Naivarhati Abhidatum Vai.
Naivarhati Abhidhatum Vai
Svam Akinchana Gocharam.
Mam Akinchana Gocharam
Aishwarya Sudha Sribir
Janmaishwarya Sruta Sribhir
Vedamana Madapuman
Edamana Madapuman
Naivarhati Abhitatum Vai
Naivarhati Abhidhatum Vai
Vam Akinchana Gocharam
Tvam Akinchana Gocharam.
Synonyms: Janma, birth;
Janma, birth;
Aishwarya, opulence;
Aishwarya, opulence;
Shruta, education;
Shruta, education;
Sribhi, by the possession of beauty;
Sribhi, by the possession of beauty;
Vedamana, progressively increasing;
Vedamana, progressively increasing;
Madha, intoxication;
Madha, intoxication;
Puman, the human being;
Puman, the human being;
No, never;
Na, never;
ever, even, ever, 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 ever;
Eva, ever;
Arhati, deserves;
Arhati, deserves;
Abhidhatum, to address in feeling;
Abhidhatum, to address in feeling;
Why, certainly;
Why, certainly;
Tvam, you;
Tvam, you;
Akinchana Gocharam, one who is approached easily by the materially exhausted man;
Akinchana Gocharam, one who is approached easily by the materially exhausted man.
Translation, please repeat after me. My Lord,
My Lord,
your Lordship can easily be approached,
your Lordship can easily be approached,
but only by those who are materially exhausted.
but only by those who are materially exhausted.
One who is on the path of material progress,
One who is on the path of material progress,
trying to improve himself
trying to improve himself
with respectable parentage,
with respectable parentage,
great opulence,
great opulence,
high education,
high education,
and bodily beauty
and
and bodily beauty
cannot approach you with sincere feeling.
cannot approach you with sincere feeling.
Purport.
Purport. Being materially advanced means taking birth in an aristocratic family and possessing great wealth and education and attractive personal beauty. All materialistic men are mad after possessing all these material opulences, and this is known as the advancement of material civilization. But the result is that by possessing all these material assets, one becomes artificially puffed up, intoxicated by such temporary possessions. Consequently, such materially puffed up persons are incapable of uttering the holy name of the Lord by addressing him feelingly, O Govinda, O Krishna. It is said in the Shastras that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of a quantity of sins that he is unable to commit. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of the Lord. There is not the least exaggeration in this statement. Actually, the Lord's holy name has such powerful potency, but there is a quality to such utterances also. It depends on the quality of feeling. A helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord, whereas a man who utters the same holy name in great material satisfaction cannot be so sincere. A materially puffed up person may utter the holy name of the Lord occasionally, but he is incapable of uttering the name in quality. Therefore, the four principles of material advancement, namely one, high parentage; two, good wealth; three, high education; and four, attractive beauty, are, so to speak, disqualifications for progress on the path of spiritual advancement. The material covering of the pure spirit soul is an external feature as much as fever is an external feature of the unhealthy body. The general process is to decrease the degree of the fever and not to aggravate it by maltreatment. Sometimes it is seen that spiritually advanced persons become materially impoverished. This is this is no discouragement. On the other hand, such impoverishment is a good sign as much as the falling of temperature is a good sign. The principle of life should be to decrease the degree of material intoxication, which leads one to be more and more illusioned about the aim of life. Grossly illusioned persons are quite unfit for entrance into the kingdom of God.
Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Mugam Karodi Vachalam Pangayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataga Swamin Niti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakata Namadaya Nagaragrama Tarine Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Janma Aishwarya Sruta Sri Vedamana Madapuman Naivarhati Apitatum Vai Dvam Uchichana Gocharam. Yeah. So Amazing verses we are seeing, these two verses. So every devotee can feel these two verses. Every devotee. See the previous verse. Every one of us. Each one. Just concentrate on this meaning. Vipatashantu tatra tatra jagaguru bhavato darshanam yatyata punarbhava darshanam. How we came to Krishna consciousness, we would have. So whenever we had some calamity, we had a lot of calamity. Every single soul in the material world undergoes calamity. And they try to adjust and think that, okay, this calamity is coming, I will adjust it like this and I will make this arrangement. And then comes the next calamity. Then again, we arrange very nicely, okay, this problem has come, we'll solve it by this intelligence. We'll solve it like this. Then comes again another calamity. The material world is described as Dukkale Mashashvatam, where a treasure house of calamity. So, if you dig up one thing and set it right, and like another thing will come, and another thing will come, and another thing will come, another thing will. So here, she is very intelligent. Kunti Devi is praying. I wish that all those calamities in previous verse, if you see, so beautifully she explains the list of calamity which they faced. What are all the list of calamities? Vishan Mahane Purushada Darshana. My dear Krishna, your Lordship protected us from poisonous cake, from great fire, from cannibals, from vicious assembly, from sufferings due to our exile in the forest, and from battle where great generals fought. Now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashwatthama. So a devotee is always saved by Krishna. Krishna is the only provider and only protector. Only. That is true. But sometimes we go into illusion. So she is now here praying that maybe if my situation is very good, I may forget you, Prabhu. So I wish that all those calamities shall happen again and again. Can anybody go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and pray that let calamity come? What do we do when we go in front of the deities? Everybody, material world, not we as devotees, we are learning how to do prayers. But in material world, anybody goes in front of any temple, any deity, what do? Whether demigod or Krishna, please let the problem be solved. Please let the problem be solved. This is the prayer. But see the difference between a pure devotee's prayer and the materialistic person's prayer. Here, the pure devotee is praying, I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated birth and death. So think of the scenario before our becoming Krishna consciousness, how our life was taking us into various turmoils. And we were going it again through the cycle of difficulties. All of us, every material means that's the definition. We may think only I had problem. Everybody's problems intensity will be little different based on their karmic result delivery. Sometimes there is good time and bad time, but mostly it's bad time. Middle world. So everybody undergoes. Then when we became devotee, how sweet it was. How sweet, how wonderful, how nice it was. Sometimes we hanker that, I be again a new devotee. So that I want that freshness of Krishna consciousness, where I see the contrast between the material and spiritual. I see the contrast between without Krishna and with Krishna. So when we newly become devotee, we experience this contrast. Contrast is like black and white is said to be contrast between each other. So from the black color life, we enter into this bright, white, beautiful, divine lotus feet of Krishna, holy name of Krishna, and this Krishna conscious movement where there is question for all the answers. For all the questions, there is answers. And there is so sweet process of when we came across this first, it was so blissful. What is wrong in asking for this again and again, where I see this contrast? So here, Kunti saw that Krishna Bhavatar Darshanam. You see the Apunar Bhava Darshanam. The previous verse also is starting the verse by Bhavatar Darshanam. Means by your darshan, we escaped all these problems in our life. So sometimes problems are very, very good. Let the problem happen again and again and again. So that we can understand the value of Krishna consciousness. We can understand the sweetness of Krishna is protecting his devotees. We can see how Krishna is just pulling from the samsara sahara material world. So this in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvida Bhajante Mam, in that verse, Krishna is explaining the distressed person, the needy person, the intelligent and inquisitive, they all approach Krishna. They are said to be pious. He's called, Prabhupada is mentioning in that purport as Mahatma. These four kind of people, Prabhupada is mentioning as Mahatma. Because instead of approaching demigods, they are approaching Krishna. Approaching Krishna means there is an end to all the suffering. Not on what suffering? We are suffering greatly because of separation from Krishna. Why we are dissatisfied in every situation in material world is because we are actually searching for Krishna, Satsida Ananda, the complete eternity, knowledge and bliss, and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead to whom we are related with. We are so much in search of him. Till we find him, we will be distressed and depressed. So she is welcoming, even though there are, so here in material world, whatever is happening is like a tiger coming and trying to eat you in the dream. But it is illusion because you're not the body, your spirit soul. And whatever difficulty is coming for your body only, even killing, death and everything. That Krishna is showing in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, he's telling, you're not the body, your spirit soul, you eternally live. Nobody can kill you by either weapon. They cannot set fire to you. They cannot cut you into pieces. They cannot throw you into water and you suffocate and die. Impossible. You don't die, baby. You don't die. What a good news our Father is giving. What a good news. That anything which is happening to the body is not us, not happening to us. But we are seriously thinking I am this body. Very serious thinking. And in that serious wrong thinking, entire life we are thinking day and night, every day we are making our decisions, we are intelligently making plans, everything thinking on the body, that is a wrong platform. Totally a wrong platform. It's illusory energy. So therefore, a pious person, if there is some calamity, there's no other alternative than to take shelter. But still, for example, you're going in a roller coaster. You're going to some exhibition or where there is actually the giant wheel. So that's called roller coaster. So if you're going in the roller coaster, when you're going down, you feel like you're being thrown from the sky. And a great fear will happen. But actually nothing is happening. The basket in which you're sitting will come down also. But in that time, you feel such a great fear. Same way, even in illusion, we feel a great fear and danger. So even in that illusory great danger in this material world, we immediately have to call Krishna, Govinda, Krishna, my Prabhu, Krishna, save me. My Prabhu, Krishna, for everything there should be Krishna. Happiness and distress, both. Sukhe duke bhule na ko vadane harinam porore. Not that only in dukkha I will call Krishna. Sukha I will enjoy. Happiness I will enjoy all by myself. If you do that, then in your dukkha, you won't get to Krishna. That is what is explained in the next verse by Kunti Maharani. That sukhe dukkhe bhule na ko vadani. Of course, this so many dukkha came. Of course, so many dukkha, so many problems came into our life, Prabhu. And we remembered you with our heart. Generally, when sukha comes, she's also mentioning when there is happiness in life, what will happen. If you have a good birth, good family, mother, father, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, grandfather, grandmother, and everybody, cousins, everybody is ready to help you. You have so many janma, very nice family structure which is protecting you. Generations together, your own property and very good relationship with brothers and sisters. And now people are so much talking about nonsense relationship management. And this relationship management, some even so-called gurus, duplicate gurus, they are coming and talking about how to have beautiful relationship. You sacrifice everything, you show love and they'll show love. People who wanted everything for themselves, they are very rich, they are not having people love them. But when you sacrifice everything for others, when you're selfless, people love. Almost what actually they're telling is how to develop relationship between others, but they are not talking about relationship between Krishna. The so-called bogus gurus are doing this, relationship management. But here, Kunti Maharani is revealing the truth about relationships. You have amazing, super relationship among your family and friends. Janma Aishwarya Sruta. Sruta is also education. Very good education. Possession of beauty. Aishwarya. Opulence with good friends, good relatives, good supporters. Nice birth. Everything you are having. Janma Aishwarya Sruta Srived. What will happen? Edamana Madappuman. Progress, Edamana means is progressively increasing. Then what will happen? Mada. Mada will happen. Intoxication. Madappuman. Mada. Puman is a human being. Human being will become puffed up. By I have all these things. I have a good education. My education will deceive me. I have a degree. I have this. I have that. Aishwarya, I have this opulence. Aishwarya means what? 6 opulences are there. All those are called Aishwarya. Beauty, wealth. Some people are very renounced and they are so proud about it. So, Edamana Madappuman. So, intoxication. They become intoxicated with this. What and all 6 opulences. When human beings wants to have this opulence, we see that name. People are behind fame. They come all over the social media. Whatever they want to know, they want to be all around the place. Fame. But other than that, beauty. If it's no beauty, then so many beauty products are being sold. So, Edamana Madappuman. So, what will happen to these people who are behind the Aishwarya? Either they progressively increasing, means by karma we would have got. By karma, we would have got some janma, some family members, some friends, by karma. Normally, naturally. Another is Aishwarya. Naturally, we would have got some beauty, some wealth, some intelligence, some education, some strength. We would have got something by karma. That is not being told here. Shruta, education, and by posture. Of course, that is also a hindrance in Krishna consciousness. If we become proud, or intoxicated with that, then what will happen? We can never, ever. Sometimes you will see them very nicely worshipping, but heartfully they cannot worship. Think of the times we had difficulties and think how nicely we chant. Think of the normal days. We don't chant so intensely. Right? So, ever, arhati. So here she is telling, never ever deserves feelingly addressing you. See this. They cannot address you. Akinchana gochara. Guru Maharaj gives a beautiful explanation which is given by Prabhupada. Akinchana gochara. My Lord, your Lordship can be easily approached. By whom? Akinchana gochara is a beautiful definition of Krishna. See the word Akinchana gochara. What is the meaning given? Krishna's name is Akinchana gochara. One who is approached easily by materially exhausted men. When we are materially exhausted, then we approach Krishna in a very sincere heart. Krishna, Govinda, Prabhu, that intense affection and feeling is more intense. when some more than a person who is materially very well situated. So, materially exhausted person can more sincerely approach. My dear Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached, but only those who are materially exhausted. One is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty cannot approach you with sincere feeling. It is not told about a person by default, he has got some intelligence, some education by karma. But she is talking about a person is in the path of material progress, trying to improve himself. So even Rupa Goswami is warning us. What is that? Atyaharascha prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangasya laulyamscha satvidir bhaktir vinashyati. When will bhakti will get destroyed? Atyahara. I want more and more. I want to progress materially more and more. I want to progress. This thought, progressive thinking. Not in spiritual, but in material. I will set up like this. After that, I will set up like that. After that, it is a never-ending process. You will never come to Krishna consciousness. Trying to then, atyaharascha, prayasascha, in order to, you want to consume more. You want to acquire more. You want to improve your material condition more. You are not satisfied with whatever given presently. You want to improve more and more. You are always planning. You are very intelligent. Then what will happen? Atyaharascha, prayasascha, that will lead to prayasa. Prayasa means enduring, endurance, struggling more than required. Normally, everybody undergoes a regular methodology of earning money and settling up life. It is naturally arranged for us. Every, even birds and animals, naturally some food, shelter, everything arranged. So that same thing is arranged for human being. One should be satisfied with that. Not compare with others and do like this, do like that. No. So, atyaharascha prayasascha. Next comes prajalpa. In order to do this, we have to talk with so many people, convince so many people. So we lose the association of devotees and we always associate with non-devotees because we have to increase the material situation. Atyaharascha prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha. Then either too much rules and regulation we will follow, or we will never follow any rules and regulations. We will ignore totally the rules and regulations. That is also against Krishna consciousness. Some people, in order to show that they are very great devotees, they will follow too much rules and regulations. They will be fully, what do you say, on Ekadashi, they will be fully nirjala fasting. Where our acharyas never did. Suddenly he will do so much extra chanting, extra, the Ati Bhakti Chorer Lakshan. So Niyamagraha, so much rules and regulation one will follow. In order to attract the attention of other people or in order to show superiority among other devotees or other spiritually progressive persons. Prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha. Those people, those who are so much chanting like that and so much they are showing devotion. If you go and see their other times when they are speaking with other devotees, we can understand that they are Satya Tattva. They are not talking Satya Tattva, they are talking Asat. Where the property is higher, they think they are talking very intelligently. Where this is there, or they always talk about materialistic things. And show that it is Krishna consciousness. We want to project it as Krishna consciousness. How to improve the money, how to increase the money, how to increase the earning. This will be their constant talking. Then we can understand. So the great opulence, high education, so here all these are, and who's enduring in this path. Atyaharascha prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangasya laulyamscha. Then greed increases. Once you're satisfied, there's no satisfaction. I achieve a particular target, ma'am, I'll achieve this target, ma'am. Okay, fine. I want to get a job. Only job is my target. If I get a job, there is no problem. You get a job. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Are you involving fully in Krishna consciousness? No. No. I want to progress. There's no appraisal. In this company is not good. This problem. So I need to change job. Change job. After that I can. Okay, you change job. Then there is more earning or the problem is solved and then again, no, I need to get married. After marriage, I can do this. Marriage is the only problem. In this way, this material world, anybody who's in this material, genuinely, they can never call Krishna, Govinda, my Prabhu, like that heartfully, they can never call. Their devotion cannot be sincere. How she is telling beautifully, Kunti, amazing, realized Bhagavata Bhakta. Her prayers are present as the primary prayers and the first prayers for the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Bhagavatam. She is present in Srimad Bhagavatam. Her book has been, Prabhupada has separately asked Kunti Mahanani prayers to be released as a separate book. And Prabhupada gave lectures on that, on all these verses. And he asked to put that lecture also. And a beautiful book which we have got is Prayers of Kunti, Queen Kunti. So, she is very clear about Krishna consciousness. So she's telling with sincere feeling they cannot call here. Prabhupada is mentioning that how they cannot call who Krishna, who Govinda. So materially advanced means taking birth in an aristocratic family, possessing great wealth and education, attractive personal beauty. All materialistic men are mad after possessing all these opulence. Even in the present life, the material civilization is completely running towards this. But what happens? The result is that by possessing all these material assets, one becomes artificially puffed up, intoxicated by such temporary possessions. It is temporary. It is temporary. Any wealth you have is temporary. Any beauty you have is temporary. Any family members, they will all disappear. Someday they will become enemy. Suddenly you think, I have my sister, I have my brother, I have my this, I have my that. Suddenly they will disappear. They'll die out of corona. Or they will disappear. They get married. I had seen in my own family. Very, very affectionate family members. My brothers were so affectionate. They got married and I don't see any more affection to me. They suddenly become affectionate to a lady who entered their life suddenly into, and their children newly born. They never had any relationship or sacrifice or what me and my brothers had was a beautiful relationship where I served them a lot and they served me a lot, and we were so, I can't explain how beautiful our relationship was. But suddenly everything is missing. Gone. And I can tolerate as a sister, I don't care because I had another family. But my mother, she cried day and night. She, a very, very affectionate son, eldermost son. And she cried so many days that she lost the entire affection from him. Just like that. But she would have thought in young age, I have my son, he will save me. He's so affectionate. I have two wealth. All my wealth is my children. And children will say, all my wealth is parents, only mother. Mother is God. Father is God. When the wife comes, then the God will be missing. They will become atheists. Comedy show is going on in the name of family and relationships. All are bogus. If not, time will separate. And they will go and be born in another family. They will die and they will be born in another family. And they will consider that family seriously to be their family. And they will totally forget it. Totally forget it. In next life. So, very seriously thinking all this to be true. So then missing Krishna, this is wrong. What happens? Because of all these things, they become very, very proud. So it is said in Shastra that by uttering, that once uttering the holy name of the Lord, a sinner gets rid of quality of sins. He is unable to commit, a person can commit sins. But so many sins he is unable to commit. That many sins is eradicated simply by only one time chanting Krishna, Govinda, my Prabhu, Krishna, feelingly. So consequently, such materially perfect person is incapable of uttering the holy name of the Lord by uttering him feelingly. Oh Govinda, oh Krishna. It is said that in Shastras, by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of a quantity of sins that is unable to commit. But they cannot do. Sincere chanting only is told here. Not simply chanting. For name, fame, glory, that can be chanting. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of the Lord. Some people want to chant the holy name of the Lord only to get rid of some problems in their life. Not like that. Sincere utterance. With affection. Krishna Govinda. There's not the least exaggeration in this statement. Prabhupada is mentioning. Actually, the Lord's holy name has such powerful potency. But there is a quality in such utterance also. There is a quality of utterance. Sometimes we have some trouble in our life. We chanted and the trouble went away. So I will keep on chanting. Because one devotee I met and he said that I have never offered, every day I'm offering prasadam, I will not eat anything other than prasadam. But while offering, I just mechanically chant. I am not telling Krishna, you please come and eat and all that. That kind of feeling and all, I'm not having. So they just want non-karma food, karma-free food. They don't want the saliva of Krishna. So here Prabhupada is mentioning the genuine utterance of Krishna's name. There is not the least exaggeration in the statement. Actually, Lord's holy name has such powerful potency. But there is a quality to such utterance also. Quality doesn't mean that, okay, you don't walk and chant, you sit and chant. And you chant continuously 16 rounds. These are bogus. While driving, you should not chant. All these are bogus philosophy. Prabhupada is mentioning here what is the quality. Actually, the Lord's holy name has powerful potency. But there is a quality such utterance also. It depends on the quality of feelings. Feeling. A helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord, whereas a man who utters the such holy name of great material satisfaction cannot be sincere. So here it is mentioned, and I want to tell one past thing and finish this purport, but it's so amazing that every devotee should mug up these two statements. Almost Kunti Maharani's many prayers are very nice prayers when we go in. Neither in front of the deities, we can tell Nama Pankajanavaya, Nama Pankajamaline, Nama Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangriye, Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. These kind of Bhagavatam slokas, small bit of slokas, are very sweet. We can mug it up and we can go in front of the deities and really tell these statements. But this is what she is telling to Krishna. He is like Janma Aishwarya Srutasri Viretamana Madapuman, my dear Krishna. We lost everything. And you were there with us as our opulence. Krishna is the opulence for a devotee. Krishna is the wealth for a devotee. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. Nadiya go Drume Nityananda Mahajan. Padiya Chenna Muhata Jivera Karan. Shraddhavan Jan hai, Shraddhavan Jan. Prabhu Rajnai Bhai Kuriye Viksha. Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Karo Krishna Siksha. That Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. So Krishna is Mata, Krishna is Pita, Krishna is Dana, and Krishna is Prana. Nothing is more dear to us than our life. So Krishna is life himself. The life of my life. I am life. I am spirit soul. But spirit soul life is Krishna. In this way, very affectionately, we should approach Krishna with genuinity. And we should very clearly understand any material opulence we have is temporary. And it may vanish anytime, and be ready for that. So we don't get distressed at that time, oh my God, and lament and like this. Rather,
not a simple prayer.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught Najanam, 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 Na Dhanam, Na Sundarim, Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye, Mama Janmani Janmanishware, Bhavatat Bhaktir Haituki Payi. What do I want? Na Janam. Actually, Krishna, in front of Krishna, anybody prays, anything will happen. So people go in front of deity. They're very careful to pray. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want that. They have a big list and they want to pray. This is materialistic person. See the difference between a materialistic person and a devotee. What Kunti is praying, give me calamity again and again so that I can bhavata. I will see you again and again. Seeing you again and again means no more birth and death. I don't see birth and death anymore. I eternally live as a spirit soul. I understand I'm a spirit soul. I get self-realization, God realization, devotion. Everything is a package. She's telling. Same way when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
One more step ahead.
Amazing, not one more. He's the ultimate. He's not bothered about repeated birth and death also. Mukti also. When you go to Nectar of Devotion, you will see an entire chapter. It throws away mukti. I don't want to go back to God. I want to go. I don't want to go to Vaikuntha. I don't want to go to anywhere. Go anywhere. I don't want mukti. I don't want going back to God. That is not my aim of chanting Hare Krishna. My aim of practicing Krishna consciousness is not going on back to God. My aim of life is not going back to God. What is that? What is the aim? Param deva moksham na moksha vadimva nachanyam praneham vareshadabiha. I don't want moksha. My dear Lord, your Varadaraja, you can give any vara. I'm telling I don't want moksha. I don't want to go back to God. What do I want? Idam teva purnata gopala balam sadami manasya virastam kimanyai. This beautiful Gopala Bala's face should always remain in my heart. This is what genuine. See this. This is emotion. This is affection. This is the feeling quality. Prabhupada is mentioning quality here. Quality is this is quality. Not sitting and chanting, hearing your chanting for your own personal progress. What progress? Personal progress. Nothing to progress. You're a spirit soul by default, baby. Right now, you're a spirit soul. This very moment, you can develop prema. Only progress is bhava and prema. You develop affection for Krishna, spontaneous affection, not by law, not by rules. Because Guru Maharaj is telling, because Prabhupada is telling, because this, because that. No, I'm a jiva, I'm spirit soul, my eternal service, I'm eternal servant of Krishna. I love Krishna, I will love Krishna by default. Did anybody teach the material people how to love a dog? But they are simply loving. Whereas it is not truth. They have to take it to every street to shit. But here, such a high philosophy is given, untruthful philosophy. That love for Krishna is naturally within our heart. Naturally in our heart. And it will be awakened. By whom? Tvam akinchana gocharam. Sometimes it is seen that spiritually advanced persons become materially impoverished. That this is no discouragement. Like Prabhupada's life itself is an example. On the other hand, such impoverishment is a good sign. It's a good sign. It's a very good sign. Spiritually, materially impoverished. So, Akinchana Gochara pastime I'll tell very quickly and I'll tell. Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj always tells this pastime of Akinchana Gochara. The definition of Akinchana Gochara, materially impoverished persons. So we should not think Dardara person, all poor people, they can develop affection, rich person cannot develop affection. Like this, wrongly we should not think. For that, a beautiful example Guru Maharaj regularly gives. One time Guru Maharaj and some devotees got down in a railway station and waiting for the next train with Prabhupada. And they were all in the railway station. It was early morning. And at that time, they saw that at that time, it was coal engine. Trains had coal engines. So the coal, in order to produce coal, there were wooden logs. And these wooden logs were burnt. So the remaining wooden logs, half-burnt wooden logs will be available there. And the poor people can come and take the wooden logs and go. And so they all went, the poor people, they were taking those wooden logs from the half-burnt wood. Half-burnt wood on the heads, and they were going. At that time, Prabhupada's one of another disciple, Guru Maharaj is watching this. And they are all watching this. Poor people are carrying the logs of woods. They are all waiting, sitting in the railway station. Then that person said, Prabhupada, they are all very fortunate. They are materially impoverished. They don't have anything. They can easily become Krishna conscious. They are very fortunate. Then Prabhupada said, Prabhupada laughed. Very intelligent, no bogus sentiment with Prabhupada. So Prabhupada laughed and said, you go and try to take one log from one person's head. Only one log. They are carrying all free. It was available for them free. Every day they are getting it from railway station. Try to take one log from their head. It's impossible. They will come to a big fight and even they'll kill you. They are not Akinchana Gocha. They are not Akinchana. Namakinchana Vittaya. Like that, she will start next verse. So that Akinchana, the materially impoverished, doesn't mean you have wealth, you don't have wealth, you have beauty, you don't have beauty. Despite any of this, affectionately loving Krishna. Sometimes we see Bengali devotees, Bangladesh devotees, they're so beautiful and they are simply happy. They are very happy very lovingly serving Lord. And they don't even know that they possess that beauty. They know that this body is temporary and they know that it is going to go to fire. Whatever is the beauty is going to go to fire. Whatever is the wealth, I'm going to leave here and die. Anybody who's accumulating so much for the Kandan, and he will die, and the Kandan will come, sell everything and eat everything. Finished, over. So all those are temporary. Knowing this very well and worshipping Krishna at the same time, according to our karma, whatever we have got, Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Samvairagyam Uchyate. Use everything in the service of Krishna. Whatever we have got, we will use it in the service of Krishna and Krishna consciousness. It is not that you need to reject everything. You need to, only poor people can love Krishna. So Prabhupada there only told, and Guru Maharaj always says, the Krishna is said to be a lot of a materially impoverished person. Is the one person who has understood material things are very temporary and is not interested or attached in that anymore. But he is interested in attachment of lotus feet to Krishna. He may be a very wealthy, like Pundarika Vidyanidhi was a crorepati. He can be like that. Or he can be like Kulavecha Sridhara, who cannot even eat half the stomach. One time a day he eats half the stomach. That much, ek bar kavo, aadha kavo, many people say in Ayurvedic treatments. But by default, Kulavecha Sridhara had a little food per day, one time only he eat. That much only money he had. But both of them were pure devotees. So we understand that whatever material opulence we have got are all temporary, and it is now, it will vanish, and we are not actually attached to that. Even though we use it in the service of Krishna, we possess it, we use it, but we are not constantly planning to improve it. And we are attached, very much we are attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, Guru, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Panchatattva, Mayapur Dham, for all spiritual things, chanting, Bhagavatam. We are very greedy and we are very attached. Laulyam, very, very greedy for Krishna consciousness. We are very, very attached to Krishna consciousness and Krishna. We are not detached from matter. We use all the matter in service of Krishna. That is akinchana gochara. One should not misunderstand. At the same time, whatever material possession we have, we should never become puffed up, and we should not constantly plan to improve it. Automatically, it will come. Automatically, it will go. And we should tolerate. Sukhe duke bole nako vadane hari naam koro re. Sukha or dukha will chant myself. That's it. Because I love Krishna, I chant. It is not, my sukha and dukha has nothing to do with that, because that belongs to the body. I am not the body, I am spirit soul, and my spiritual duty is to bondage with Krishna and his associates. Bondage I have to develop in spiritual realm with Goloka Vasis, in all the Vasis of Navadvip and Mayapur, all Vasudeva Datta, Mukunda Datta. We have so many unlimited personalities, Raghava Pandita, Hridaya Chaitanya, many pure devotees are there. All of them we should become familiarized, become very affectionate, attached, and we should develop emotion, loving emotion with our eternal friends, eternal opulence, eternal Krishna. All these things we should develop affection and love. In this way, everything is successful. Okay, Hari Bol. These two slokas are very important. Kindly go through once more. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada quotes this in many places. Okay, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Grossly illusioned persons are quite unfit for entrance into the kingdom of God. With that note, the principle of life should be to decrease the degree of material intoxication, which leads one to become more and more illusioned about the aim of life. With this note, we will go.
Any questions, comments, or realization, please share with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So thank you very much for the association. We'll again sharp start at 5 o'clock tomorrow by congregation standing the holy name of the Lord, followed by Srimad Bhagavatam. Garandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jai Prabhupada ki jai. Padita Pam Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. One circle, Pachar,